Hey guys, it's Lena Moriarty, the marketing manager for eTail, and we're here on the floor at eTail Boston at yet another great eTail show. The overall topic that keeps coming up again and again at this show is the customer. It is all about the customer, whether we're talking about AI, omni-channel, marketplaces, no matter what it is, it still is all about just appealing and personalizing to that customer to continue moving people down the funnel. So it has been really great. I was actually on the expo floor before. Wally stopped in, the mascot for the Red Sox, and we were just having a lot of great conversations between the retailers that are here and the tech providers. The first day of eTail Boston was super exciting. That was the retailer only day. So we really give retailers a chance to sit down and network and connect with other retailers. For that day, there was 3 tracks going. So we have the email summit, the search summit, and the future of e-commerce summit. Each one of them was really popular in their respective ways, and I love that it gets into the nitty-gritty and into more detail of what the retailers really want to know. With that, we had a lot of great speakers lined up, including Brian Beetler. Soon has been really killing it, especially with his background coming from QVC. It was great to hear his take on the future of, social commerce and where it's going.
There are a couple of things that are essential to our success and essential to anybody who's going to use video as a way to, commercialize their brand, commercialize their products. One is having voices that are credible and authentic and trustworthy. At the core of the QVC and HSN brands are hosts and personalities who care about the people they're talking to and that they're selling to, and they care about the people that they're selling for and the brands and the products that they're working on, and they care about the quality of everything that they put in front of the consumer. And I think at the core of success comes from, can you find a voice, can you find people who can really storytell, but do it from a place of sincere care and concern. And I think that's part of the power of why so many of our talented hosts can help brands unlock so much from a selling perspective and be so successful.
How do you know your customers better? How do you make more money from your existing customers? Maximize the lifetime value. It's talked about, but unfortunately what's happening is that the martech departments of organizations are not adequately funded because the focus tends to become on the acquisition side of it. So there needs to be a balancing of the budgets between AdTech and MarTech. And luckily, I think there are a lot of innovations now which marketers can use. To give you a few examples, AMP for email, which can move the conversion funnel from the website and app right into the inbox. You eliminate a big friction right there.
These giants don't last forever. I am very curious how their commerce initiatives in the West pan out. I think they're formidable. Obviously, we've just seen in the last couple of years at Shein, Temu, and the like, just the overnight successes. And the question is, can they be sustainable? But kind of showing anything's possible with the new consumer. And maybe there's a second book in writing about them 10 years from now. But I'm really hoping that there are great narratives to tell about other people innovating in new ways in this space.
Being able to be part of female founders out there, even though we receive a smaller amount of capital, but giving us more and more representation as we go out for it. And as you've seen, my daughter is here with me, exposing her to a lot of these environments, making sure that in the future she feels as comfortable to walk into a boardroom as she does a classroom. And so I think a lot of times being a female founder has taught me that even though you feel sometimes like you're the only person like you in the room, there's lots of other folks like that out there along with you. And so you have to keep pushing forward and to continue to break some of those barriers and those grounds in order to create room for that next generation.
Now, you mentioned a few times your daughter. Do we have a special guest? So Bella, what are you wearing today?
I'm wearing the pink and white checkered dress.
And what's the brand?
Monica and Andy.
Obviously. And are you proud of Mom?
I am.
Very good.
When it comes to digital and specifically kind of the future and focus with retail and being omni, I think about the value proposition of digital being specific to convenience, right? And really leaning in on the role of convenience and the ability to drive that through a digital relationship.
An entire category of positions, like salespeople, was just forgotten about when people started to build online stores. We just, like, this was an entire segment of society that you would walk into a store and nobody assumed that you would just walk in, find the one thing you need and leave. Everyone, it was common knowledge that, like, they need to be helped, they need to be guided, they need to be upsold to a better version, they need to be cross-sold to add more products in. Like, that's just, everyone knows that, but when people moved online, they thought that that just didn't need to exist anymore. It's starting to come back, but upselling and cross-selling and recommending the right products at the right time, at the right place, to the right customer it's actually even more effective online. It's actually an interesting stat that 80% of people that buy from you online want to spend more if you give them the right product, the right recommendation at the right time, because the right time matters. It's not always the second they add something to the cart, you want to recommend something. Sometimes it might be during checkout, it might be after checkout, but 80% of customers want to spend more.
One of the main things that we were able to do within the supplier diversity program at Wayfair is to really give back time and bandwidth to suppliers by giving them an SRM. So they have an SRM as a supplier relationship manager. So they have somebody that's talking to them on a regular basis and letting them know, hey, these are the various ways that I think that you can grow your business on our platform. Aside from a relationship manager, we are giving significantly faster payment terms. So suppliers are able to, get money a lot faster. And then we're also highlighting their products on our site. So if you go to Wayfair right now, and if you type in Black owned, you'll see a little visual icon and it'll say, Black owned or designed. So you can find products that way. You can see it that way. We also have filters on various classes. And aside from Wayfair, we've also launched a Black owned page on All Modern, which is one of our specialty retail brands, as well as Paragold.
How are you then bringing in new grandparents into the New Balance community? Are they all mainly like brand loyalists? Are they like my grandfather who's been rocking the same kicks for 30 years? Or, how are you attracting new consumers maybe across even older generations? Because we all talk about influencers and Gen Z, but you span multiple generations. So how does your marketing experiences look or vary across different generational consumer groups?
Right. So for our older demographic, it is still our database. So you look and see like who are our consumers, and we continue to market to them through email. They're more comfortable there. Also retail. So retail is kind of like a breath of life coming back into retail. So making sure our storefronts are front and center, and they know like here are our products. We still make these amazing products that are going to last. And so both retail and through our database.
The folks in the e-commerce, digital space, the merchandising, they're all getting asked the question, how do we attract more traffic to our site? I think it's the wrong question. I think the right question to be asking is, how do you make the most of all of that traffic that is coming to you today and you're not serving optimally?
With eTail, the great part of the show is it really kind of bridges the gap between these solution providers and these retailers. So having all of these solution providers here right at their fingertips and getting to talk to so many people in such a short amount of time has really made such an impact for these e-commerce professionals. So it has been really, really, really great being here. And I'm also really excited too because there's been a lot of buzz about eTail Palm Springs. It's our 25th anniversary happening next year. The dates of it are February 26th to 29th, 2024. We're really excited for that show. And I feel like it's going to be a lot of continued conversations happening there.